President Joe Biden demands China not to help Russia in its invasion of Ukraine. The president spoke directly with Chinese President Xi Jinping this morning. The White House says that it is trying to maintain open lines of communication with the communist country. White House correspondent Owen Jensen reports. Owen?
Tracy, good evening to you. Today I spoke with a former defense official who put the war in Europe and the trouble with China in stark terms.
President Joe Biden and Chinese President Xi Jinping spoke for nearly 2 hours, their first virtual meeting since November. The focus, Russia's invasion of Ukraine.
China needs to stand on the right side of history. It needs to ensure that it does not backfill financially or in any other way sanctions that have been imposed upon Russia.
All this comes as Russia continues to bombard Ukraine, including civilians, and as it uses propaganda to try to justify its invasion.
Russia's subversion of our mission and its horrific campaign of violence against the Ukrainian people are deeply shameful.
The U.S. blasts Russia for abusing its role on the United Nations Security Council. Still, Russian President Vladimir Putin is taking a victory lap. He spoke to cheering crowds marking the 8th anniversary of Russia's takeover of Crimea. Brent Sadler is an expert on naval warfare at the Heritage Foundation.
The last few weeks with Russia's invasion of Ukraine definitely are testing our bilateral relationship with China, and there's no indication that what China is going to do is going to make it any better. If anything, it's going to make it worse.
Brent Sadler supports peace through strength and smart diplomacy, but warned we are living in very dangerous times.
While there is a hot war and there's a lot of death and destruction going on in Ukraine today, there is another very distinct possibility that we could have something far worse happen over Taiwan in Asia, and we cannot afford to take off our attention of what happens in East Asia.
The White House says President Biden told China's leader there would be, quote, consequences if China provides material support to Russia. And on Taiwan, the president said, quote, U.S. policy on Taiwan has not changed. At the White House, Owen Jensen, EWTN News Nightly.